Welcome back to the Club Calling Show, brought to you by Sky Bet, joined by Miles today and making his debut, the biggest Brighton fan in the world. Maz, how you doing, mate?
I'm very well, thanks. So there's not many Brighton fans, is there?
No, you're number one of one.
Yeah, I was going to say, potentially the only Brighton fan in existence. But no, thank you so much for having me. I'm surprised it's got vetoed by Rory and McKola.
No, they tried, but they're not here today, so I brought you on, mate, 100%. I've got to say, if you want to get involved in future weeks, click the link down below in the description. Join our Discord. We've got a very, very juicy topic to start off with. We've got 3 Liverpool fans all disagreeing about Mohamed Salah. We've got Eamon, who says that Salah needs to be dropped. Nathan Hanif says Salah deserves more respect. Hello, lads. How are you doing today?
Hello. How are you lads doing?
Oh, superb, mate. Superb.
Who's this we're talking to? Is this Eamon?
This is Nate.
Hello, is that Miles?
Yeah, how you doing? Oh.
He's coming
Sounds like you know me.
Yeah, straight for you.
Of course, I watched the show. I know.
Oh, how you doing? How you doing, Nate?
I'm good, thank you.
Mate,
Yes,
you got beef?
very good.
You got beef? Or?
No beef. We'll talk about
just before we get started. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's fine. But you've got an opinion about Salah. Let's start with you, mate. What is your Salah opinion?
Okay, well, I just wanted to say that I think the disrespect around him at the moment is getting absolutely insane. I think rival fans are enjoying this little fall off he's having a bit too much, because I think since he's got here, 17-18 elite, 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22, 22-23, 23-24, 24-25. So congratulations. But now in 25-26, he's finally started to tail off a bit. Congratulations to everyone. Their dreams finally come true. I'm not going to sit here and give like Buvey the privilege of rolling his eyes when I mention GA 100 times about Salah, like I have done before.
We got live
I'm going to try to stay away from GA as much as I can. I'm just going to say that Salah, as I mentioned, has now had 8 elite seasons, and people think because he's starting to fall off now, I'm seeing people say like, oh, really? You compare Salah to this guy and you compare Salah to that guy. So Salah's had 8 elite seasons. Bale had 8 elite seasons. Wayne Rooney had 8 elite seasons. I think if you actually went and looked at the seasons he had, Hazard had 7 elite seasons. So I don't understand this narrative where Salah's not allowed to slightly tail off. And the season's not even over, by the way. He could still turn it around.
No, he could turn it around. No, 100%. Yeah, I think we have to just start off by saying, look, he's having a poor season right now, and no one's disrespecting his legacy, his combined legacy for Liverpool. Let's just cut to Hanif. What do you think about that Salah opinion, mate?
I think I also agree with Nate. The disrespect towards him is quite there, and I think he should be starting. I think this narrative that he should be dropped is absurd. The guy has been so amazing for Liverpool. Whenever we've had doubts about Salah in the past, he's always turned it around and shown his absolute quality and class. Just 4 months ago, this guy was 6th in the Ballon d'Or rankings. He was getting Player of the Season, Golden Boot, Playmaker Award, all in the same season. This was just 4 months ago. No player drops off that drastically, that quickly.
No, it's a very, very good point. Let's just cut to Eamon, who's got an opposing view to you, lads. What are you saying, Eamon?
How you lot doing? You guys all right?
Yeah, very, very good.
How you doing, Eamon? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Nice to see you on. If I knew you were on, I would have said something to piss you off a little, but...
You can't rattle me. You can't rattle me. Go on.
Yeah, Buvey's probably licking his lips right now. But yeah, I think... I agree with him in terms of the respect thing. Like, rival fans, including Liverpool fans, the Salah disrespect shouldn't be tolerated. Like, can't forget what he's done for the club. But in terms of him starting right now, he's an Arsenal fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he shouldn't be starting, or at least every single game or every 90 minutes. If Salah's having a bad game after 60, 70, usually in the previous seasons, you'd be like, okay, he might get us a goal. He might get us a goal. But we're not playing well. He's not getting us a goal. He's not creating a chance. Why keep him on when you've got the quality of Ekitike on the bench, Wirtz on the bench, Isak on the bench, whoever is on the bench, Chiesa on the bench, and you're going to force Salah to keep playing because Salah's been great for the last 10 seasons? Does that mean you keep him on the bench like what United done to Ronaldo? No. But like this idea of Salah having to play every game, for us not to try a diamond formation. We're struggling in midfield. McAllister's been poor. Why don't we try to get the best out of Wirtz? Why don't we try to get the best out of Ekitike, who's playing well? This idea of Salah has to play every game or can't come off. Like he got upset yesterday after the Champions League game. He changed his Twitter profile pic. Like, he walked straight down to the tunnel because he came on a 74th minute. Like, he's a 33-year-old grown man. I get it's not nice, like, not being able to play. The disrespect on Salah shouldn't be tolerated. He's eventually going to tail off. I'm not saying this season's now. I still think he's going to turn up a bit. Like, Liverpool, every time Liverpool played well, the Everton game and the Atletico game, Salah was on it. But right now, and we played about 13, 14 games into the season, he hasn't been on it. So this idea of he shouldn't be dropped, like he's got to play every game. Everyone will tail off at one point. If you're 33, you can't play 3 times a week, 90 minutes, especially when you've got the quality on the bench.
Now, it's an interesting point. Lads in the studio, what do you think about Salah? Firstly, for me, an easy question for both you lads. Brentford away, should Liverpool start Mohamed Salah off the right? Go on, Miles.
Yeah, 100%. Especially they just came off the back of winning in their Champions League game. Obviously, Liverpool, the results have been going their way in the league, but Salah's your best player or one of your best players. So you have to play him. I could see why Liverpool fans are frustrated why he is playing because he hasn't been playing good of late. But when you've got a quality player like Mohamed Salah, and Liverpool fans, you guys well and truly know, he actually carried you to winning the league last season. He's got quality and he can find a goal out of any given moment. So I understand your frustration saying, okay, he's not playing good and he shouldn't be playing, maybe not 90 minutes, I agree. But you do start Mohamed Salah.
So he starts for you against Brentford?
Oh, 100%.
Do you agree with that?
I don't know. First of all, I just want to say a lot has been spoken about his past. It's all about 8 seasons before. Right now, he's not the player that we know him and we love him for. So I think that, first of all, is okay. We can accept that, right? People go through highs and lows. Salah's just having a rough patch at the moment. So, and watching the game yesterday against Frankfurt, the press was intense. Even with him off the pitch, they look like such a better team, in my opinion, in that moment.
Exactly.
What in terms of fitness off the ball, sharpness,
Yeah, they just looked so much. Yeah, the press was intense as anything. So I just feel like it's okay to drop Salah. That's not a bad thing. You know, people go through tough patches, and I agree with Eamon. I feel like it's okay if it's 60, 70 minutes, he's not doing it. So yeah, Brentford, I probably would start him, but then I would, see if he's not doing well, get him off at 60.
Lads on the call, I'm guessing 2 out of 3 of you would drop him for Brentford. What are your opinions about that? Who thinks in the chat right now Salah should start against Brentford and start against the bigger games coming up for Liverpool?
I would say he should still start.
So we're basically all majority saying Mohamed Salah should start. There is an argument that Frimpong could start on the right. There's an argument that you could play Wirtz off the right.
Oh,
Frimpong's injured, fine.
Yeah, right.
But there's something, we have to talk about the Eintracht Frankfurt game. Salah doesn't start, and what Maz has said is spot on. They look far more mobile. They had great quality. Wirtz was popping off the right. At points, they were 4-4-2. It was Isak and Ekitike. In the Premier League away from home against a physical Brentford side, you can't play 4-4-2 like they did against Frankfurt. They've got the worst defence in German football right now. But that means for me, pat the midfield, get McAllister back in there if you can, Gravenberch, and play someone like Wirtz off the right.
But I can't just look at Mohamed Salah. Obviously, as a winger, all attacking players now, you need to press. You need to be the first man to press, and he's not pressing. We could see that from last season. He wasn't pressing. He had the luxury of staying up there. He had Alexander Trent up there. He was just clipping balls over the top. Same with Van Dijk, and he just go on the attack. Maybe Slot needs to have that conversation with him. Okay, cool. You're not in form right now, but I still need you to actually work for the team.
Yeah.
To some degree. I'm not saying press every moment, but there's moments where I do see Salah just standing there and I think you should be pressing for the squad because obviously it's triggers.
And how does Ekitike feel as well? The fact he's been so good, and then you get dropped for Isak, and you've got that little problem now, I feel like, with Isak and Ekitike. You're going to have that issue now with both of them trying to be the main man.
Yeah.
And you've only got really space for one of them, haven't you? And
well, Arne Slot might be given a little bit of a reprieve because I think Isak picked up an injury half-time. That's why he got taken off. And I think that's a great little moment. You never want your best player or your most expensive player to get injured. But for me, Ekitike is a guarantee down the middle.
Yeah,
Gakpo's basically a guarantee off the left. And now we can debate if Salah with Ekitike. I think Salah plays better with Ekitike. Again, I think one of the callers mentioned that Salah's best form at the start of the season. That's when Ekitike was starting more football matches. Lads on the call, what's the kind of front three for you? Is it Ekitike guaranteed down the middle? Let's start off with Eamon. What's that kind of front three looking like for you?
That's pretty difficult to say with now Isak injured. I feel like I said Salah should start against Brentford because of Salah against Brentford. But something one or two of you did say is the work off the ball.
Yeah,
Slot mentioned it all the time last season. I gave Salah a bit more freedom to not track back. But look at the numbers he threw up last year because of that. So if you're not tracking back and you're not even you've only got about 4 GA in the Prem this season, Like, what's the point of it? You saw the team against Frankfurt. We were 5-1 up. He comes on. We didn't score any goals. The press from the front was a joke. Like, it was much better. It was good. You see Szoboszlai, Wirtz working hard. Gakpo, Ekitike. Right? I think in like a couple months' time, I think the starting front three should be Salah, Salah, Isak, Ekitike off the left. Ekitike and Isak interchange. Like I told you, Buvey, like a couple months ago. I think that's what it should be. Right now, that can't be the case because Isak's injured, Salah's not playing well. Ekitike, like it's like you're still trying to. Not everyone's fit, so it's a mess. Liverpool's in a mess right now, like with the fullbacks and McAllister. Like,
but it looked better. But the issue is that you fall into the trap that I think Arne Slot's fallen into. You don't need to put Isak down the middle. You don't. He
can play off the left.
He doesn't look sharp. Ekitike looks like he's banging in goals. The highest scorer for the club right now. Why are we trying to shoehorn these players in like it's FIFA Ultimate Team? He's nowhere near the level. It might come in January. It might come in February. It might come at the start of next year. Seriously, that's how football works.
How do you want him to get into that level, though? How do you want him to get
I'd play him off the left. It gives him a little bit more opportunity to.
Either or. Like they can just rotate their football players. Like they can. One of them can play on the left, the others up front. Like anyone that plays football at a decent level, like your position doesn't mean you stay there for the whole game.
But Salah doesn't rotate. Salah doesn't move to the left, move to the right. He wants to stay on the right and hug that touchline. For me, Ekitike nowhere near wants to be off the left, and that'll be the question mark for Arne Slot. What about you lads, Nate and Hanif? What are you saying about Salah in terms of starting against Brentford? What's that front three looking like?
If Isak's injured, then I would play Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah still, and I think when Isak's available, I'd play Ekitike. Like Ayman said, I'd have Ekitike, Isak, Salah. I think the notion that Salah should be dropped already is outrageous because, I mean, imagine if you said that about Dembele last season. Dembele, his first half of the season, he was having an absolute shambles. He got himself sent off. He got dropped by Luis Enrique for some of the games, but not because of his performances, because of his disciplinary issues. And then he goes on and wins the Ballon d'Or. And you look at Ronaldo, 16-17, he started off the season pretty poorly. You had the Spanish media singing Donde está CR7. And
that's
then
great
he goes on
Spanish,
second half season. Goes on and scores in every knockout game of the Champions League, wins the Champions League, and wins the Ballon d'Or. Like this, like you don't.
I do think that's a bit different, though.
Yeah. But Nate,
I do think it's a bit different.
Nate, obviously we're talking about Mohamed Salah right now, and obviously when Isak's fit, you want to play Isak, Ekitike, and Salah. Don't you think that's a bit hard done by Gakpo, who's actually been one of your best attacking threats this season? I don't want to deviate to a Gakpo debate, but I'm just saying, look, this is a situation that Slot needs to deal with. It's a headache. It's a good headache, but I don't think Gakpo is the person that deserves to be dropped. Me personally, on the left hand side.
I like Gakpo, but he's not. I like Gakpo, but I think he's been poor recently. I thought against United. I thought against United. United, I thought he was. Apart from the fact he scored, I thought Gakpo was our worst player against United.
Hit the post twice.
This is crazy.
The header from 4 yards out was poor.
No way.
He spaffed about 4 chances. Every cross either went out for a throw-in or it didn't beat the throw-in.
I need to check my headphones. I don't know what's going on.
So you think Gakpo's been poor? So Mohamed Salah, you're screaming for him to play. So you're kind of contradicting yourself because for me, I think Gakpo was better than Salah.
Mohamed Salah we're talking about. This is we don't compare Mohamed Salah and I love Cody Gakpo, but I know. But I think the last few games, I don't think he's been very good. I thought he's been really wasteful, and he's masked it with a couple goals. Fair enough.
Okay. But what's Salah done recently, though?
He could have scored like 4 against United. He could have scored like 4 more.
Just quickly, question: what is Salah? Because you keep talking about this player's salaries, and you keep mentioning about his past and how good he was previously, and there's no doubt in that his legacy's unrivaled. But what is he doing this season? This season, let's say he scored in the Bournemouth game, I remember. But what has he actually done this season?
Okay, yeah, I'll be the first to admit that he's been poor. He has. I mean, he's been hard to watch in a lot of games. I just think I still think it's too early. And as I said, imagine if you'd written off these players around the October period that went on to
But can you afford that though? Can you afford to keep having these results?
I think the issue for Liverpool is they've got 3 players that can play off the left. Salah for me is the only one that can really play off the right, unless it's Frimpong, which is a strange one. Lads, I've got to say thank you very much. A 3-way debate about Mohamed Salah. Call in again, please. Right, our next caller, Paradise, massive Chelsea fan. How you doing, mate? What's on your mind?
Beautiful name, by the way.
Coldplay.
I know, that's Paradise.
Thank you, guys. I'm all good, boys. How are you, boys? You good?
Yeah, very, very good. What's on your mind today?
I actually had 2 things, but I'm going to rattle Miles first, so I'll go with the first
never.
one.
Go on.
Paul Pogba is 10 times the player Declan Rice is and ever will be. And all Pogba got when he was in England was absolute pelters every week by everybody. And he actually led his team to some form of silverware, something Rice still hasn't managed to do and won't do. And I just think the plaudits Rice gets is he's got the most crazy English tax I've ever seen in my life.
It's funny that Declan Rice all of a sudden is the benchmark, and Chelsea fans say that Caicedo's better than him. I don't understand. But Pogba, yeah, he's a great player. I agree. I actually saw some of his highlights the other day from Manchester United and Juventus, and oh my God, he was amazing. If he was in the Premier League right now doing what he was doing, we'd be calling him the best centre midfielder in the league, if not in the world when he was in his prime. I agree. There's elements of Pogba that is actually better than Declan Rice. I do agree. But to some degree, I believe that Declan Rice is better than Pogba in certain things that Pogba can't do. The defensive
different profiles as well, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Different type of profiles.
Yeah.
But as regarding you saying that Declan Rice is the English tax, no, I have to disagree. The proof's in the pudding. He won a trophy for West Ham. He was their captain. He's come to Arsenal. He's taken us to another level. We the first season when
what level's that?
Actually, just solidifying, competing, and now that we're actually, I'm just saying.
Oh my God!
You can go straight after me, Paradise. I'm just saying when Declan Rice came, we had the expectation of can Arsenal do it again and go and compete? No. We didn't win the league. We was 2 points off a fantastic Man City side that won the treble that year, if I remember rightly. Yeah. And now the last year wasn't good because it riddled with injuries. Declan Rice is looking like one of the best CMs in the world right now. He's gone to the Bernabeu. He got a man of the match twice there and at our ground. He puts in no less than a 7 out of 10. And when Declan Rice has a bad game, you hardly notice. When Caicedo has a bad game, he gets red cards and gives away penalties.
That's true.
I'm just saying, Declan Rice and Caicedo, the debate, I don't want to go into it again. I
feel like the consistency with Declan Rice is way better than Pogba. I think, like you mentioned, he gives you that better consistency throughout. And also as well, you've got to look at Pogba's career now. I don't want to, obviously, you talk about peak of their powers. I think that's what you're trying to say, right, Paradise? But I think you've got to look at where's Paul Pogba's career gone and where's Declan Rice is going to go, and that's the question mark.
But right Pogba's won everything in the game, and I'm not going to make this a Pogba and Rice debate. I personally think Pogba is a better player than Declan Rice. Yes, I do. Definitely. But in the six, when it comes to certain positions, no. But as an all-round footballer, Pogba's one of the best.
Do you think it's a Declan Rice tax? Do you think he's overrated, underrated? I'd say he's fairly rated. 100 million quid in today's money, it sounds like a lot. It's not. And he could be there for 10 years as an Arsenal captain or a leader of some sort. I think, is he fairly rated?
I'd say, yeah. The price tag, obviously, at the time was quite mental. Everyone was looking at it. Is that too much English? And I think English tax does come into it a little bit. You've got to probably add 20, 30%, do you know what I mean, for English tax. But at the same time, you've seen the levels, like Miles has alluded to. He does elevate that Arsenal team.
Yeah, of course.
He brings that solidity to the midfield.
You're a Brighton fan. Who would you rather have? Declan Rice now, arguably his best ever form, or Paul Pogba just leaving Juventus, maybe the best Italian midfielder? This
is tough.
Who would you rather have at Brighton?
All right, I want to answer the question, but I'm going to caveat. They are different profiles. I do want to caveat that.
Who would be more effective then?
Okay.
I think you'd argue that Declan Rice would be better for a wider array of clubs if you take Brighton as a kind of neutral side, because he can do more to a higher level and he doesn't give away fouls. Paul Pogba is that kind of icing on the cake.
He's a bit of a luxury player.
He's a bit of a luxury player. He was a bit, but his luxury was he could score the kind of goals Declan Rice would dream of.
He had that assist record, didn't he? Like when he was at United, it was crazy.
He had to play in the. By the way, he won the World Cup. What Miles just said, but you had Kante behind him. You had Matuidi behind him. For Juventus, he had Vidal behind him. He had Pirlo behind him. Declan Rice can play in a two. Declan Rice can do it by himself.
Single pivot.
They're different profiles, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why have you talked about Paul Pogba in particular, Paradise? You're a Chelsea fan. No Caicedo?
Yeah, I mean, because there's no debate when it comes to Caicedo. Caicedo's a better midfielder than Declan Rice.
Do you actually think that?
It's mad.
Yeah, a million times over.
I really rate
Declan Rice turns like a tractor. He can't pass backwards.
He can't pass backwards.
He does. He turns. He's a big stiff idiot.
No.
This just sounds like, you know what? Wow. Oh, I wish I had that player, but
I'm not even bitter.
Would you have Declan Rice at Chelsea?
No. Well, no, hang on. Over Caicedo, no way.
But Declan Rice brings more to a game than Caicedo as regarding GA and getting goals and actually making a difference. He makes a difference in games.
How many goals has Declan Rice got this season?
You tell me.
Oh, no, I don't know. I actually
don't know. I don't know. You know what?
Caicedo has 4. That's all. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, okay, Declan Rice will be close to that.
How many assists does Declan Rice though have?
Oh, yeah, but Declan Rice is an 8, and this is the problem with the argument of Caicedo is a 6 and Declan Rice is now an 8. So they are two completely different positions. They require different attributes to a player.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I think if you pull Caicedo out of Chelsea's midfield, we are more open than Bonnie Blue. It's awful.
Oh God. I try and avoid that every week, man. Every week there's some reference, man.
You boys talk about it every week.
Me? When did I talk about it? I'm trying to debate Declan Rice with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Bonnie Blue.
You brought Bonnie Blue in.
She's on your mind, mate.
No, she's not on my mind.
Paradise, just a final question to you. Where did Chelsea finish this season? And do you do anything of note?
First.
With chest.
What'd you say?
Arsenal will bottle the league after Christmas like they always do, because as Miles was just alluding to, then Declan Rice does this, he does that.
It sounds nice.
Can we have a 2-week timeout? Timeout for Paradise. First, Bonnie Blue.
No,
Paradise. I don't want to chat to this guy till Christmas, man. I don't want to chat to this guy till Chinese New Year.
We could all do the trolling thing, or do we want to have a logical conversation?
Come on. First,
honestly.
Okay.
No, honestly, please. Let me, I'm not trying to. This time, I'm actually trying. I wasn't trying to troll you with a Declan Rice thing either. Caicedo's better.
Okay,
but
fine.
Arsenal,
That's fine.
Arsenal after Christmas, as it's been proven the past 3 seasons,
it hasn't.
Like Miles says,
it hasn't.
Declan Rice promotes into the second best team in the league, which is what they are. The second best team in the league.
Okay.
Well, what about Liverpool and Manchester City? Were Miles better than you as well? What about Liverpool, Manchester City?
Liverpool have fallen off a cliff.
What about Manchester City? Best striker in the world right now.
You've
got. How's João Pedro 007? How's João Pedro 007?
Yeah. We got Liam Dutz back
next
week.
Great. He's injured.
So Paradise, just quickly, where do you think Arsenal? Where do you think this fall off comes? Because we have only conceded 3 goals in all competitions, like 11 games. Like teams are not even getting shots on target against Arsenal. So where do you think we're just going to fall off with this squad depth as well?
I remember when Ange was in charge of Spurs and they were first in the league in November.
Yeah, but that's Tottenham. I'm talking about now. Let's Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal now.
And you're Arsenal.
Yeah, but you're not giving me anything.
Yeah. You have bottled everything.
Paradise. What's the final top 4 from you? I'm just interested. So Chelsea first. What's 2, 3, and 4?
Honestly, I believe after the international break, if we can hold on without Palmer, if he comes back and stays fit for the rest of the season,
he's got a good keeper though.
What's 2, 3, and 4 for you? I'm just asking for that. 2, 3, and 4. Who comes second, third, and fourth in the Premier League this season? Paradise, over to you.
I think it will be. I think Chelsea will be first, Man City second.
That's nice.
Arsenal third, Liverpool fourth.
Right. Okay.
Chelsea comes out of nowhere.
I do believe
first. So you need Arsenal to lose 2 games.
How are we coming out of nowhere?
Yeah, no, because it's mind blowing because you need Liverpool, Man City to all drop points, Arsenal to drop points, and you capitalise. That means you need to go on a flawless run, and you're dropping points left, right, and centre.
And you got no keeper.
And you've got no defence.
Liverpool are dropping points left, right, and centre.
Yeah, but Arsenal's still getting points.
I would understand.
Arsenal's still getting points while Liverpool's dropping points.
Bad.
You've got a very young squad.
Paradise, you rattled me in a big way. I've got to say thank you very much. You've got a 2-week timeout. Okay, I'm going to speak to you around Christmas, I think, because Bonnie Blue, Chelsea first. But, mate, thank you very much for the call. Very, very
you better
interesting.
stay in that top 4 race. You better stay there.
You better stay there, man. Call it at the end of the season. We've got another Chelsea fan after this, hopefully a little bit less delusional than Paradise. Big Chelsea fan called Jacko. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Buvey. How's it going? Can you hear me all good?
Yeah. How are you? What's on your mind today?
I'm good. So my topic today is that I think Jose Mourinho is the 3rd best manager kind of like in my lifetime. So my debate would be him over Wenger and him over Klopp would be kind of. I don't think that's like too controversial, but definitely I feel like I could offend Miles with this one. So yeah.
Where do you lads rank Klopp and Jose Mourinho? Assuming that you've got Ferguson and Pep 1 and 2, is that fair?
Yeah, they're my 1 and 2 as well. Yeah.
Where do you lads 100%. In the studio think in terms of Klopp, Wenger, Mourinho, etc.?
I think Mourinho for me has a better legacy. I feel like Klopp obviously at Liverpool did things that Liverpool haven't done for 20 odd years. So I think that obviously has a lot of weight to it. But at the same time, what did he? This sounds really harsh, but like when it comes to him and Mourinho, I don't think he compares. I think what Mourinho did with that Chelsea team was incredible, but maybe he didn't stay long enough, and that was maybe the sort of argument. Klopp obviously was there for a long time and won 1 league title and
he won one of everything basically.
One of everything. So is that enough for me to cement yourself in and amongst the greats at the top 3? No, is the answer for me.
What about Klopp's best side that won the league title or the Champions League against Tottenham? would that beat the Chelsea side of the early 2000s for you?
No.
Because I think that's where the argument can get a bit interesting. Prime Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp could beat all the sides that we talk about.
That's a tough game, man, because they got Didier Drogba, but at the same time, they got Mohamed Salah, they've got
The Gegenpress,
Sadio Mane.
Fabinho. People forget
Yeah,
how
they got
Fabinho
John
was
Terry, they got
class.
Van
Van
Dijk,
Dijk,
Yeah.
Alisson
Alisson.
versus Czech. It's 50-50.
one, yeah.
Trent Robertson running at you full pace.
Ashley Cole. It is tough. It is tough.
What is Jacko, what do you think? Prime Chelsea.
So I personally think that the 15 goals that is just that stat alone. It's one of the stingiest defenses I've personally ever seen.
You know we're gonna break that, Jacko. Sorry to cut. You know Arsenal's breaking that this season.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew.
It's looking like so.
I'm a little concerned about that. I won't lie.
Nah, it's all right. It's all good.
You are looking really good, but I just personally think, don't get me wrong, the invincible season for Wenger, that can't be unblemished. That is I'm not discouraging that in any way.
That's a better season. That's better than anything that Jose Mourinho's ever done, though, in the Premier League. That invincible alone just trumps Jose Mourinho for me. And he's evolutionized the Premier League to some degree when Wenger came in. So he's impacted the Premier League. I don't think Mourinho has impacted the Premier League more as Arsene Wenger, Fergie, and Pep. He came in and won trophies, and he was the special one, yes. But you said, and as you alluded to, he came in and done a job and he left. He didn't stamp a legacy on the Premier League, but he's still a legend.
I just think that the winning, it was Wenger and Fergie dominating for those early 2000 periods, and then the fact he came in, he obviously won us our first league title in about 49, 50 years, and then the hardest thing is to retain the Premier League title. Not many coaches have ever done it. There's so many of some of the best coaches literally haven't. Klopp is an example. Is obviously in this debate as well. But it's the fact as well that he came back for a second stint, and the way we won that league title, I don't think that gets talked about enough. And the fact we did a double that season and beating Spurs in the League Cup final. I know. Again, you can say the League Cup's it's such a small trophy, but to do any sort of a double is always a good thing.
Well, special. And Jose Mourinho obviously won a double in his first season as well. So he's come back and won a double. He won a double in his first season with the best defence in Premier League history. I think the Arsene Wenger one's interesting. I think the 98 double winners, the Invincibles, I think they play a better brand of football. They lose less football matches. They got
better legends,
top level footballers. maybe a slightly worse defence. You got maybe Loren and Colo Torre versus John Terry and Carvalho. It's a little bit different. Peter Cech's maybe better than Lehmann. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
But it's a very interesting debate. Jacko, thank you very much.
Jacko,
for your
quickly
call.
before you leave, do you think Chelsea's got a chance of winning the league? Do you think you're going to win it?
I would love to say yes, but I just think what's going to kill us is Robert Sanchez and the fact that we didn't go out and get a centre back when we had a load of time after the Colwell injury. Because if we had decided to go get Goihi and then we decided to we were meant to be in for Mike Mignon and that looked so close, and the fact that fell through, that's what I think is going to be our Achilles heel. But I definitely feel top four, I'm really confident with and hopefully a trophy on top of that as well. So
I think Jacko's sensible, rational.
He's not on the
Chelsea
paradise
fan.
train.
I think they're guaranteed top four, basically. I think they're cut above everyone else. And it's between Spurs, Villa, Newcastle, United, etc. Maybe Brighton could sneak in there.
Maybe.
With Fabian Hertzer, who knows? Yeah. Right, next up we've got Jack. He says Arne Slot is out of his depth. How are you, Jack?
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Oh, very, very good. What's led you to your conclusion?
So I guess my main premise is that last year you got to respect Slot won the title. Can't take that away from him.
Yep.
But in my opinion, he did that with Klopp's players. That team really didn't change that much, and they tweaked a little bit how they played, but overall it's the same way. Go to this year, they got, how much did they spend? They spent 500 million euros.
Yeah, 400 million.
They spent so much. So the answer to their problems has to be in this team. But so far, Slot has no idea how to get his team playing the best. And it could happen. They could kick into gear. But I honestly think the biggest missing piece, I think Liverpool fans, if you gave them some truth serum, Trent Alexander-Arnold, that hole is so obvious.
Yeah.
He did so much for them creatively, and they just, Frimpong ain't it compared to Trent.
So Jack, just a quick one in terms of offering a solution as a humble football fan like you are. What would you do in terms of the right back? Is it Dominic Szoboszlai who can give you a little bit that Trent quality from the kind of right back situation? Is it Conor Bradley? Is it Frimpong? What would your solution be for this situation?
So I almost think it depends what you do on the attack. Because I think Slot's gonna have to. I think Slot's gonna have to have some balls and drop Salah, and I think he's gonna have to drop Isak.
Wow.
So. They're not firing. How many more games do you go with them not playing well before you start? Ekitike is the best forward on that team. Don't we all agree on that? At least in terms of form.
Yeah, of course.
I think we do. Yeah.
So we're dropping Salah and Isak. So your attack will look like Gakpo, Ekitike, and Frimpong on the right?
I think you can go Frimpong. He does it for the Netherlands. I mean, he pretty much played right wing for Leverkusen.
Leverkusen, yeah.
I think you just have to try something different, even if it's just for a game or two. I don't think Salah will be this bad all year, but I mean, how long can you go? You can't.
So you're just saying keep Conor Bradley. What about you lads in terms of the right back?
I was
situation?
just going to say, in Slot's defence, to be fair, he did switch up against Frankfurt, and it worked. They, like I said earlier, the press was intense. The players just looked much more cohesive, more gelled. It looked like a better team, and he made some big changes. You saw that from Slot. So I think you've got to give him a little bit of credit. They've gone on a bad little run, and he's then identified that by dropping Salah, made a big call in that, and then he's doing. You can't just say he's not doing anything, and is that squad his? He's now made it his own. He's bringing in players. I think it's still early in the season, right? I'm not saying they need time to gel. I don't want to use that narrative, but
what about Andy Robertson for you? Because Andy Robertson came in. I know he didn't get tight enough to the guy Christensen for the first goal for Frankfurt, but I thought he had a fantastic game. He
was brilliant, yeah. And I feel like Kirkers has really struggled in this early part of the season. He looked brilliant at Bournemouth, but I feel like he's really struggling to maybe adapt to the system, what is required of him. Physically, is he strong enough? Sometimes, you could argue that. But yeah, I feel like it's a bit harsh, too early to say Slot is out of his depth. That's a big statement.
Do you think Slot is kind of, I mean, as you can tell, I'm American. We call it over here, it's called loser talk. He's got some loser talk going. What were the Man United comments where it's like they switched their players?
Yeah, he was talking about the long passes, wasn't he, in the air?
Yeah, that sounds like some Arteta stuff right there.
No, we're not doing that. Look, come on, okay. Hey, Jack, I started to like you there. Hey.
Arteta has a chance to shut us all up this year.
Yeah.
I think we all, if you ask every Prem fan, like that's pretty much the last team they want to win it all. But they're imagine they get the double. They'll be the worst fan base in history.
Yeah.
But going back to your point with Slot being out of his depth, I don't think he's out of his depth. I just feel like he's feeling a bit of pressure right now because obviously last season they ran away with it, Buvey, and there was no pressure on them. To some degree, obviously. So when you've got no pressure and you fly in and you've got 10 points or 15 points ahead, however many points there was. So when you go into press conferences, obviously the questions are going to be different because you're always winning.
Yeah.
Now that he's got all these players.
What is the pressure though? Like Pep Guardiola had Jurgen Klopp
to get it right,
breathing down his neck and City had to win 13 games in a row to get 98 points one season. 98 points. What pressure is this guy living with?
Jack mentioned the money. They have spent a lot of money.
That's the pressure.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's what
money.
But the sporting pressure, you're seeing a City side that are very, very young. One of the youngest City sides we've seen in 15 years. Seriously, a really young City side. An Arsenal side that bottle it every single year.
Hey, chill out.
But they remain to be seen. We don't know if they're not going to bottle it this season. Right now, they bottled it 3 years in a row. So what's Arne Slot stressed about? For me, it's crazy. He's stressed so early.
And I feel like, okay, so they were the best team in the league last year, and they spent the most in the league, over the summer, and they got worse. Now, who would that be on? That's not on the. I mean, maybe it's on who the players they brought in, but I don't think many of us in here think Isak's a bum. And Bert's, I don't think many people thought he'd be this bad. So who is that on? It's got to be on one person, and that's
on
the manager.
But you know what, Jack? Hindsight is a beautiful thing, but I feel like, just hear me out here. If you did get Mark Guehi last game of the season, I think he would have changed your system to a back three.
Yeah,
and they would have had the wing backs with Kirkes and Frimpong.
Even Andy Robertson is a bit of like a Luke Shaw left-sided centre back. Yeah, you could do that.
So just not getting that transfer alone, we could have been looking at. It's a complete different Liverpool. Because obviously,
but how do they spend 500 million? They still need Mike Gahey. They spend 500 million, but they still need
the
more.
thing for me, yeah.
That's the issue. They spent 250 million quid on 2 players, and Wirtz looked really good against Frankfurt.
Yeah, why do they need both Isak and Ekitike?
They didn't need. I think they was being spiteful to Newcastle. I think they should have just kept Ekitike.
Yeah. Jack, just quickly out of interest, who do you support?
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Oh my God!
In a row, Chelsea fans.
Jack, are you winning the league?
They're going to win the league.
Jack, are you going to win the league?
Man, Palmer being out is nasty. He's out for 6 more weeks. I think with Palmer, he's one of those players that no matter who we play against, he gives us a chance to beat everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If we're still within touching distance, and I don't know, like
you don't believe it, Jack. I know. I understand. You don't believe it.
No.
You don't believe it, Jack.
So Arsenal fans should believe it? Okay.
No, I'm just saying, no, obviously, no, Chelsea.
They've got reason to be fair.
No, but I'm just saying, Chelsea's got a good team. I've always said, I personally thought Chelsea should have gone in for Mark Guehi. They need a good centre-back. I don't think they have an A or B centre-back. If you've got loads of B centre-backs, you don't have an A centre-back, and your A centre-back's gone down, Colwell, and you need to buy a keeper. So you can't bluff the Premier League. You can't bluff it, Jack. But go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, and I think Caicedo really cleans up a lot for the centre-backs. He makes their job even easier, and they still look bad. And I still don't trust Sanchez. Like, I appreciate the run he went on, in the Club World Cup, but I don't know. I still, when a ball's in the air, I don't know if I still trust him to not make a mistake. But it's okay if we can stay within touching distance. Get to January.
Yeah, it's interesting. Jack, you obviously called in about Arne Slot as a manager. You got an opinion about Liverpool's manager. What about your own manager, Enzo Maresca? What are your thoughts on him for Chelsea?
Again, I think it's about dealing with situations that aren't ideal. That's what makes a manager, a high quality manager. Anyone can do well while you have all the players while you're flying. If we navigate the Cole Palmer injury, which is obvious, there's no replacement for a Cole Palmer in the squad. If he navigates that really well, and we're only like 6-7 points back, come the Christmas run, I think you got to be pretty happy.
Fight and talk that.
I think they have to make a run in the cups. Gets an FA Cup, League Cup, something like that. The players are there. The players are there to win something.
I agree about that. I think winning a cup, not the Champions League, but I think winning the League Cup, the FA Cup, really important for Chelsea. I've got to say, Jack, thank you very much for a very, very good call, and good luck to Chelsea coming in the top 4 again this season. They're nowhere near winning the title.
Nah, they're not winning the title.
No way.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack. Right, next up, we're going to Jake, big Liverpool fan. Drogba versus Harry Kane is the topic for him today. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, superb, mate. Superb.
Very good. Top of the league. Thank you very much.
Top of the league. Well done, Miles.
Thanks.
Well done.
For how long? For now.
For now. Jake, why have you got Drogba versus Harry Kane as a topic? Why is that interesting to you?
The thing is, I don't even think it's... I think it's a non-starter, and I see people talk about it all the time. Now, generally, I see people put Drogba above Kane, and I can't understand it, not even a little bit, because although Drogba has the accolades and whatnot, and I understand for some people, that's what a player, obviously, that's what they should be getting. That's fine. But in terms of who's the better striker, I don't see the debate in that at all. Kane, in my opinion, is just as good at linking up play, if not better. He's a better passer of the ball. His movement in the box, I think, is just as good. And in terms of finishing, it's not close, is it?
Yeah.
So if you're in the Champions League final, right, as a Liverpool fan, okay, this is a really good Liverpool side. Let's say it's the Klopp side that beat Tottenham. Who would you rather have down the middle, prime Drogba or prime Harry Kane? Champions League final, 1 game.
Oh, no.
Oh,
damn. One question. He's
folded already, man.
Folded after one question he didn't want to hear.
No. So let me explain. So, for example, that's fair enough. But in a final...
So you're admitting you're picking Drogba?
No. In the final, yeah. But in a final...
Oh, not the quarterfinal, though.
No. In a final, I'd rather have Eden Hazard over Salah. But I would have.
No, that's not the question, man. You're moving the goalposts.
But I'm saying,
come on, Jake.
What I'm saying is,
like a politician.
Salah's not very good in big games either.
No, Jake. The question is Drogba versus Harry Kane.
I've asked you a question, big man.
Come on, Jake. You can get there. Drogba or Harry Kane?
Games.
Oh, we need to push him.
Over 38. Let me.
No. 1 game. 1 game.
One game, Drogba.
Yeah!
38 games.
There you go. There you go.
That's
38
hilarious.
games, Harry Kane.
But why do you say
38
that's
games,
interesting?
Harry Kane.
Because of all the things you said, I think you're arguably correct. Harry Kane is a better passer. He's got better numbers than Didier Drogba. But Drogba scores. It's not like Drogba holds
wasn't a
the
bum.
ball up and tackles people. Like, he actually scores big goals in Champions League finals, in FA Cup finals, in League Cup finals. Why do you think Harry Kane hasn't done that? He's had 2 finals for England, more than anyone else. No other England player ever played in 2 finals. He played in a League Cup final for Tottenham, a Champions League final for Tottenham. Why has he flopped every final he's been in?
Well, I don't think he has. So in the first final with England, fair enough. You could argue he should have done a little bit more. That's fair enough. Won't debate that. The second final with England, he was injured for the whole tournament.
But
We
he
all
played.
know
He was
that.
rubbish. Trust me. He
Yeah, but
played. He was rubbish.
Yeah, I know. I watched the game. He was terrible.
Yeah.
But the reality is, he was injured.
But
And
he
we
was
all
fit
know
to
that.
play the game, so you have to criticize. If he's got a broken leg, you can't criticize anyone. But he was fit. He forced himself into that 11. He told Southgate he was fit, so he's fit, and he had a rubbish game. Phil Foden
you
got
honestly
sacked off
think-
way more. Phil Foden had a better tournament than Harry Kane.
Do you honestly think that Harry Kane playing well in that game would have made a difference? The contrast between the England and Spain
didn't.
team was
No, it's down to the
massive.
midfield. It was down to losing the control of the midfield to the likes of Zubimendi and Rodri, etc. But it's just an interesting conversation. What about you, lads? Who would you rather have in a final? Prime Drogba or Harry Kane?
Yeah, final. I mean, I think there's no debate. 10 goals in 10 finals was it? I think for Drogba,
Amazing.
which is just an incredible record.
Amazing.
Like, yeah, if there's anyone who won in a final, it's Didier Drogba. However, I do agree with Jake when it comes to Harry Kane as a better player. I would edge Harry Kane. Like I watched him the other day, and the way his ability, because I get frustrated sometimes. In an out-and-out striker when they drop too deep. But I feel like with Harry Kane, he can get away with it. His range of passing is a joke. His finishing is outrageous. And for me, Harry Kane and Hojlund are the top 2 strikers in the world by a country mile right now. And I feel like, over a season, I'd probably have Kane. But in a final, I think Drogba.
Yeah, I mirror what you say, but I just want to flip the coin. I want to give some respect to Didier Drogba because I'm a big Didier Drogba fan. Yeah. Believe it or not, he terrorized my team for years. But Didier Drogba, respectfully, he's doesn't score as much goals as Haaland, but he was the bully. He was the bully before Haaland came into the scene.
Yeah.
So Didier Drogba on his day was unplayable. We couldn't stop him. So over 38 games, like you said, Kane may score more goals, but Didier Drogba in the big important games got the job done.
Who would you rather have in a final, Erling Haaland or Harry Kane? Now,
Harry Kane.
I'd go Haaland, you know.
Oh, what about you, mate? At home?
Well, who am I choosing between? Kane and Haaland?
Right now.
Champions League final.
Right now, I would go with...
That's
Oh,
tricky.
God.
It's tricky.
tough,
That's really hard.
You know what? You know what? I would go with Kane, just because if Haaland's team behind him is not performing, then there's a problem. If Kane's team isn't performing, I think
That's a good
I
shout.
think he could still do
good shout.
something. I think he can drop in and create something
I
himself.
think Harry Kane, if he gets to a Champions League final with Vincent Kompany, gets to another final, World Cup final, please, hopefully, with England, and he scores a few goals, maybe wins a few more trophies, I think these debates become really pointless. But right now, it still is a massive debate. Just to wrap up, Jake, what are your thoughts on Liverpool? Obviously, just smashed Eintracht Frankfurt. Are Liverpool back? Are you nervous ahead of Brentford away? Could be a tricky fixture for Liverpool.
I think that's the real test. So Frankfurt have been known this season. They're terrible at defending. It could be worse than us, right? And I just think a real test in the Premier League, obviously an evening game away at Brentford. It's not going to be easy. They've been playing all right. They've been playing a lot better than I thought they would. Brentford. I put them to go down. That was a howler.
Yeah, same.
Stinker from you.
Yeah.
I did as well.
Yeah, stinker.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think to be honest, I think Liverpool win the game. I think we'll do it.
Jake, do you think Mohamed Salah should be dropped, or do you think he should just play through this bad patch right now and keep him in the team?
I hate this question because I love what he's done, but you can't. Last season, it felt to me it was okay. He didn't defend or press or any of that stuff, or that he did less of it than the rest of the team because the goal and assist output was just stupid, really. Right, but this season he's not getting goals, he's not getting assists, and to be honest, everybody across the front line looks better than him.
All right, so Jake,
or is performing better.
So Jake, this weekend you've got Brentford, like Buvey said, evening game. Give me your front three to win that game.
if we start with Gakpo on the left, Ekitike through the middle, and Chiesa on the right, Liverpool win this game.
Chiesa.
We
didn't speak about
He's
Chiesa.
actually been really good when he's come on.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a different.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, Jake, that's a really, really interesting call, mate. Thanks very much. Get involved in future weeks, Jake. Thanks very much.
Chiesa, that's different.
Yeah, I like
hope
that.
they start Chiesa. Actually, I don't,
I like Chiesa.
I like him as well,
He's actually in good
He's
form.
got a point to prove, I feel like. He's really coming to the season like.
He's in good form, actually, to be fair. I think Ekitike plays well with Wirtz. That's
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
They're missing that. They're forcing Isak.
Yeah.
Wirtz looks so much better against Frankfurt as well.
Yeah, they're forcing it. Liverpool can't drop another game until they play City.
Yeah.
If they draw or lose a game before they play these boys.
I think City are going to kick on now.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that now you're starting to see them now. It's all started to click a little bit now. And that those motions that we've seen them go through in previous seasons, I feel like it's now just Hojlund is that talisman up front. He always has been, but this season he's just been on another level.
Nico Gonzalez, for me, he's been the one that's glued everything together. He's been absolutely exceptional. What do you think about Brighton versus Man United on the weekend?
Yeah, big game that. I feel like we've had a great result against Newcastle last weekend, and then now going into this one, Man United, I was so annoyed they beat Liverpool. I was like, do you know what I mean? I was like,
no, I don't know.
I was happy.
United.
United.
I was with them.
Yeah, I was just like, for God's sake, like, why have they done that now? But do you know what? Our record's outrageous at Old Trafford. We won our last 3 at Old Trafford, 3-1, and then I think it was 2-1 or something like that. But yeah, our record at Old Trafford is
I
very
want you
good.
to lose, man. I want this kid to get a haircut, man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Poor guy. He's on 2 at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a draw, that'd be funny though, wouldn't it?
But Man United, like you just said, they're in good form. They just beat Liverpool. They're at home.
They have to be looking to beat Brighton, with all due respect.
Yeah,
I know you're a top side, like ball playing side, keep possession, nice side, but Man United have to look to beat you lot.
City this season.
No, of course.
Chelsea. We had some really good results. So
there's no
reason why we
I like Hurts.
There's no reason why we can't go to Old Trafford and get results.
No, I think you're probably
favourites. Off the back of the Liverpool game, it's just their confidence is going to be high, isn't it? And let's see. But I'm confident. Always confident go to Old Trafford. Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
The roof is leak is their defence. So let's go. Let's go, baby.
Miles, how are you feeling about Crystal Palace on the weekend?
Listen, we've got Crystal Palace, we've got Burnley, we've got Sunderland. Crystal Palace, this could easily be a draw. Even though we're at home.
Palace are a good side,
They're a good side.
I know they are, but
we can't take this game lightly. These are the yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They got the real nickname, by the way, the Eagles. You're the Seagulls, and you copied them.
Seagulls.
You copied
That's
them.
better than Eagles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
let's talk about
Arsenal. But this is a game where, like last season or previous seasons, like where Arsenal will drop points and then we'll allow you to get back into the race, or you be at top of the table, Liverpool, etc. But this is a tough game. I feel we can get it done. But the boys, they got to keep their eye on the ball with this one because Mateta's in hot form now.
But Gyökeres scored obviously midweek. That's important.
Yeah, good for his confidence. Obviously, you could see the boys were all happy.
Goal, by the way.
They were all pushing him. Yeah, just about. They was all pushing.
I've never seen anything like it, man. I've never seen anything like it.
Terrible.
Well, you got to get them done. Listen,
no, I know.
He's been playing like he's been performing. He's performing like we was just discussing not too long ago about Salah. He's not putting in the minutes. He's not been doing the doggy. He's not been putting in the work. Gyökeres has, but he just hasn't been getting the goals. He finally got the goals. He got 2 goals against Atletico Madrid. We know it's a stubborn team, very stubborn. Simeone and his boys. And hopefully he could just bring that confidence throughout the league.
With Gyökeres though, is it the service or is it him as a player not doing enough?
At the first half of the season, I thought it was a service because the players that Arteta was putting out there was no creativity. It was Declan Rice, respectfully, but Declan Rice, Mikel Moreno, and Zubimendi was putting 3 6s or 8s, however you want to say it, in the midfield. When you had like Eze on the bench and Odegaard injured. But the second half, you could see the second half, the first game when the last game when Odegaard got injured, you could see that he's trying to play the ball in behind for Odegaard. You could see that these boys, especially as well as Eze, they're looking for him now. You could see, okay, cool, Saka, he's getting more space on the right hand side. Martinelli, vice versa. They know they got a target man. So we had to adapt to his players now, obviously, because Havertz is a false 9. We know, give him to the ball, holds up the ball, knock it on behind Havertz or Saka, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
But he's a good striker. Hopefully he gets more goals. Hopefully he could emulate Haaland this season.
Even half as much, it'd be really important for Arsenal. It would be great. It would do, 100%.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting. Let's move on to the voice notes now.
Hi, my name is Jawad. I'm a Man United fan. So I don't really have a question, but I have a statement. I think that Rasmus Hojlund could finish top 30 in the Ballon d'Or nominees. And I say that because he's been bagging in goals left, right, and center. He's playing in the Italian league, so he can definitely get more goals, and he's banging in the Champions League. And if he wins a few trophies, I think he might be a top 30 contender. All right, thanks, guys.
But top 30 is crazy, by the way.
He could,
Why
yeah.
top 30?
Wide net, innit? Very wide net.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about that statement.
How many goals he's got? He's got 2 goals in 2 matches.
He looks
a
good.
tough thing
in the
to
Champions
predict, right?
No.
Top 30 in the Ballon d'Or.
Bit random.
It's a bit of a
Because
random thing.
Erling Haaland came below Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can argue. Is the Ballon d'Or as valid as it used to be in previous years? A lot
I
of
only
people
take
have been saying
one. I take number 1. If you think Dembele's the best, fine.
Yeah.
He's won it. When it becomes Carvajal at 3 or it becomes Vitinha ahead of Pedri,
Yeah.
We're having a nightmare, aren't we, lads?
Yeah.
Who cares if you're 29th?
Yeah, the
Who
ranking
cares?
system's a bit crazy.
And was it he scored 2 goals in 4 matches so far this season?
Is that a good
Is that top
start?
30 worthy?
No, he scored more than that, I think, in all comps.
all comps.
I think
Okay.
he
In the
scored
league, he
more
scored
than
2.
that,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So 4 in 6.
I can comfortably say he's the worst striker I've ever seen in domestic football in this country.
Wow.
I've never seen anyone worse.
Ali Dia?
Hojlund.
I've not.
Oh, Man United had a
Last
worse
season.
player than that.
Who?
Weghorst.
Yeah. Wow.
No, he's
Big
worse
wow.
than Weghorst.
You think so?
Yeah,
You see
way
him, by the
worse.
way, in the Champions League.
Wow.
Howler. But yeah, look, I feel like top 30. I can't go over that.
Wide net,
such
innit?
Yeah, it's a wide net.
Yeah, it's
Top
very wide
1,000.
net. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You might as well say top 100 at
Yeah,
this
it's
point.
crazy.
He has to
I mean, you can do it.
single-handedly, like Osimhen, win Napoli that league.
Yeah, he's nowhere near
to
that.
get, to get a mention of it.
100%.
Yeah,
You can't just be in and around it because they've got great players in that team. So
It's an
he-
interesting call.
Do you think he does good? Do you think he does well at Napoli? And does he come back to United?
No,
I feel like
it's
he's
over.
done.
It's over.
He's
man.
done, yeah.
It's over for him. And rightfully so. He deserves to be away from that hellhole in Manchester United, 100%. He looks like he looks like a whole new, he looks like a whole new guy.
He
Seriously, his skin's
A lease of
glowing,
life,
wearing suits around Naples.
Italian.
It's the
weather,
sun.
innit? Yeah,
It's the vitamin C, vitamin D, baby.
The
It's
spaghetti.
over there with McTominay, man. They're living life.
Yeah.
Pasta,
man.
innit? Pasta's important for your diet, man. And olive oil.
Good carbohydrate.
Olive oil, yeah.
Yeah, olive oil's important, man. We're going to wrap up, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. Make sure you check out Maz and Miles, of course, on all their socials. Click the link down below in the description, and we'll see you very, very soon.